This is the exact reason why learning via MOOCs will not make you employable in the real world. Whether you're learning machine learning, computer vision, or robotics from any of the online learning platforms, the truth is that these online courses, MOOCs, structured tutorials, and all the existing content online lack one very fundamental thing, which is why employers do not consider MOOCs to be sufficient to hire a candidate. The industries still prefer to hire students with degrees from universities. And in particular, they are looking for students and candidates with practical real-world experience. And that is the key. The industries look for candidates who have prior experience. And this is true even if you're applying for working student part-time positions or internships. That's right, even for an internship application, a company would always prefer a candidate who brings some real-world experience. But to get some experience, you need to get an internship or a working student position. And to get an internship or a working student position, you need experience. You see, this is a vicious cycle. And the way to escape this is by having something that I call simulated job experience. That's right, I just made up this term, simulated job experience. And what I mean by that is you'd get some experience without working for some company, whether full-time or part-time. The way that you get simulated work experience is by building a portfolio of projects. And not just any random project that you find on the internet, but a project in a subdomain that is actually being actively researched or developed in the industry. Trust me, the companies would always prefer a candidate who has some prior experience working in at least something that is in some way related to the position that they're applying for. So the way to get simulated experience is to first do your background research first. What I mean by that is look on the internet, make a list of the companies that are in and around your area, your locality, your country, and basically wherever you can work. And spend some time on the websites of these companies, especially in the job openings section. You'd be able to see the positions that these companies are actively looking for. And not only that, you'd be able to see specifically which skills they require. Do they require Python? Do they require C++? Do they require OpenCV? Do they require TensorFlow, or do they require someone with PyTorch skills? Do they require someone with some prerequisite robotics knowledge or some raw skills? Basically, you would have a concise list of all the skills that you require to get that position. And of course, if you have zero skills at the moment, you'd probably not be eligible for most of these positions, but that's all right. What you're preparing is for the long run. So the job categories and positions that you see would probably remain more or less same in the coming future, at least for a couple of years. So you note down the skills, you note down the tools, whether it's GitLab, Azure DevOps, or any of the tools that are used in the industry. You make a list of everything, all the frameworks, all the tools, all the programming languages that you see. Then you search on the internet for relevant projects that are related to the work that the companies of your interest are currently doing. Maybe you're interested in working for a company who builds mobile robots and you want to work as a robotics software engineer, for example. You look on the website of a few startups or bigger companies who are working in this domain and you see that you require ROS. You see that they're working with C++. And you see that they require someone with some basic understanding of Git. You see that they have explicitly mentioned that they also want someone with some basic robotics knowledge. So you take up one or multiple projects that actually simulate the work that might be going on in the industry. You probably would have no real understanding of what work is actually going on there, but you know the skills, you know the tools, and you know the knowledge that they require. So you can best prepare that by making a simulated project that is as similar as possible to the work that they are doing. And then you have actually a portfolio of one or more projects that when you apply to the company, they would find really interesting and would even appreciate it more because of your willingness to put extra effort in terms of doing that project on your own, finding the resources, researching the company well enough. So that would be a huge benefit. So to summarize, you can get simulated work experience and actually work for the companies of your choice by simply doing some good background research on the type of companies you want to work on, the type of projects you want to work on, identifying the right skills and the tools that are required for that position. Find some projects that are similar to the projects that might be ongoing in that particular company. And then finally do the actual effort of building that project on your own. And this is where MOOCs, online courses, tutorials, lectures won't really help you, because the companies want real world experience. And if you cannot get real world experience, you can get simulated real world experience, which is equally as powerful as actual experience. Plus, you could do a project in a team, which might comprise of your friends or other people who are interested in doing something similar. And then you really have a simulated experience of working in a company. Let me know what you think of this idea in the comments below.